Hey guys, hey. Good morning, good morning, good morning. This is your girlie Vadney. I'm joining you from New York City. Today it's I'm here very early. Just trying to make sure I get the stuff done. Sometimes things happen during the daytime and you don't get to come on. So I'm trying to improve. I'm trying to improve by showing up more frequently, and some of these times might be off, but if it's the best time for me to do it, I'm gonna try to do it, because the videos will always be here for people to join later to watch. So if you don't know who I am, I'm a plant-based lifestyle coach at Eve McLilly, and we also have a tea business. So I help busy ladies, especially, not that I don't help men, but ladies especially, to find a way to balance between their healthy, busy lifestyle and taking care of themselves. Because, with the ladies, most of the time they take care of everyone and they don't find time for themselves. So I'm trying to bridge that gap, or we try to bridge that gap to show ladies or busy people, because sometimes it's men, just how you can do things to make your life a little bit easier while you try to stay healthy. Because a lot of times, the reason why our diet gets thrown out and all kinds of things happen is because we're busy, and so you don't have time to do all the things you need to do. So we try to find simple solutions to stuff to make it easier for you. So today we just going to do something simple, which is with the potato. We are going to peel these, and um, I'll show you a trick at the end what we could do with our potatoes to keep them from spoiling, because a lot of times they stay in the bottom of the refrigerator. I don't know about you, but that happens to me all the time. They stay in the bottom of the refrigerator until they get old and start to grow, or they rot, and then you have to throw them out. So I'm going to go through here and show you a simple way that you can keep your potatoes fresh for a longer time without having to hurry up and eat them off, or um, they get spoiled and you throw them out. So stay tuned, right? I think I have a message here. Let me see who sent me a message. Uh, Evangelita. Hi, how are you? She said, hi, love. I'm great. I'm great. Nice to see that I'm not the only one up at this time, right? Here in New York, it's 4:44 actually. Maybe if you're in Europe or so, it's a different time, but that's the time in New York when most people are sleeping. But I'm up, so why not just do it, right? Other people in the world are up, so let's do it. So I'm going to peel these with a knife, right? I could use a vegetable peeler or I could use a knife. It depends on you. I'm using a knife today. All right. So we're gonna get the skins off, right? And I'm just gonna see if you know that you can't handle a knife properly. Please use the vegetable peeler because it's safer for you, so you don't cut yourself, right? I am I'm pretty old school, so I can handle a knife. So we're just gonna peel these and cut them in half and put them in this bowl where we will wash them. So this has holes in it. So when I'm washing them, the water doesn't stay. It will just pass over them and clean them, and I could get them out quickly. So that's doing it fast, right? That's what we're all about. So, how is your day, guys? Just go ahead in the chat and tell me how things are going, what great plans you have for this new week that we are embarking on, this new work week. What does it look like for you? For us over here, it's pretty hot. Yesterday, I was out in the sun. Well, I was at a tent. We were doing a health fair, and oh boy, that thing drained me. When I came home, I was knocked out because we were there from morning until way up in the afternoon, like 4 o'clock time. Yeah, and the sun was really hot yesterday. So as you see, I'm just peeling these and I'm cutting them in half because we're not sure what we're gonna do with these potatoes yet. So you don't want to mince them up because you know you're not sure what you're gonna do with them. And if you want to bake potatoes in the skin, then you want to take out some of these and probably just cut them in half with the skin on so you could still bake it, right? It depends on what you're doing with it because we do various things with them, but you don't want to make them too small and then you can't do anything with them. Uh, or you're very limited with what you can do with them because of how you cut them. Because remember, you're going to be storing these for a while, and you might come up with some meals that don't call for them to be so small. So don't cut them up small. You can even leave some of them whole. Just no harm because you're not sure what you're going to do with them yet. And I know for some people, they have some recipes that may call for them to leave the skin on. No, if you're gonna leave the skin on, you're gonna need to be scrubbing them more, right? Um, so if you're putting them in the same container, make sure that you pay attention to scrubbing these because they have the skin on them just the same, just like that, right? And for those, you might want to leave them in bigger sizes because if you are going to bake these, you want to have them, in larger pieces. So I'm just giving you a variety of different ways you could prepare these depending on what you want them for. So you might want to do a batch that you're going to bake or that you want the skin to stay on. So you keep those separate, right? As opposed to those that you might want to boil, that you might want to peel completely. Depends on what you really want them for. I'm pretty sure I will boil most of these. So I'm peeling them. But there are a few I will just drop in with some skin just for interest in case I decide to make some kind of dish that has the skin on. And as you can see, I can go fairly quickly with the knife because I'm used to knives. Right? I've been doing peeling stuff most of my life with knives, so it's okay. I can do that pretty quickly. But for your safety, please use put a peeler because you don't want to get cut. All right. Yeah. Well, like I said, you could go ahead in the chat and tell us where you're joining us from and where you're seeing this video, even if it's after today. And tell us what you think. Tell us what you think and what idea you might have different from the one I'm sharing here, right? So those we're leaving the skin on. So when I go to wash them, we'll just have to scrub them a little bit more. Or you could have washed these before you start peeling them. I started out thinking that I would peel all of them, so that's why I didn't bother to wash them before. But a good idea might be to wash them before, and then so you go back and just kind of rinse them afterwards. But it's much easier to wash them before. I was planning basically to just peel everything. So our plant-based lifestyle program, 4 months is coming up. It's going to be in September, and we'll soon be putting out information, registration information for that, for those people who want to start thinking about, losing some weight, getting in shape for the fall season, so that by spring next year, you would be well ahead of the game because you would have had enough time to lose weight and, do it gracefully without a rush. You have the whole fall to do that, going into winter. And so that come spring, you'll be fine. So we will have that program starting mid-September for 4 months. So you don't have to be in a rush to lose weight or to get fit. You have enough time to do that. That program usually includes intermittent fasting, which is something that a lot of people are raving about these days. Intermittent fasting helps with a lot of your organ functions and help to detoxify your body and eliminate a lot of things and illnesses that are common these days. So, you want to check out intermittent fasting, go on the internet and Google it, find out what are the benefits of intermittent fasting. And basically, intermittent fasting is not starving yourself. You will still eat meals, you're just not eating all day. You will have a select time of the day that you eat all your meals over a few hours. Could be 4 hours, 6 hours, 8 hours, depending on what you choose. We give you the choice. And then after that, you don't eat anything more until the next day. So basically, your system gets a chance to rest and digest your food properly, right? If your system has 16 hours for digestion when you're still, you know, moving about a good part of that time and so on, it will handle the digestion process much, much better. So you you will be able to have better weight management and a better experience. So I'm gonna wash these quickly and come back. I'm not wearing my cordless headphones, so you won't hear me. So just hang on there. I'm back. So, thank you for waiting. So, I just went ahead and separated the potatoes that that has the skin on them, and I'm going to store them in this container and put them in the refrigerator, right? So these are cut like this, and a few of them are bigger. So it depends on what kind of meal you will eventually prepare, what recipe you will prepare with them. You might want to make them smaller. Yeah. So we're just gonna keep these in this container, and the, the ones that were peeled, I'm going to put them in another container. Michelle joined us. Hey, Michelle, how is it going, girl? Um, yeah, the ones that are already peeled, I'm going to put them in this larger container. So notice I have them in different sizes. So it depends because I'm not sure yet what kind of recipe I'm going to prepare with them. But I just want to make sure that they are kept in a way that they won't spoil. That's the whole idea. And if I need to make a meal with them, they are already peeled, washed, and ready to go. So that would cut off half of the time, right? You imagine you rushing home from work and you want to prepare a meal. You don't want to be bothered with peeling no potatoes and washing and all of that. So you have them here already washed and prepared, right? In your refrigerator, like this. How about that? Who wouldn't like to have this in their refrigerator? So you come home, you want to have a few potatoes, and it's a few because you're not supposed to be having too much starch. Remember, right? So you're gonna have a few potatoes for yourself and your family, maybe one each or a half, depending. You have them already peeled and put away here. You just take them out and boil them, right? Or if you're gonna bake them or whatever you're gonna do, or if you're cooking some kind of stew and you want to add a potato, how nice it's already here. You just take this, don't freeze it, put it in the refrigerator. It will stay there for a long time like this. You could also use probably a Ziploc bag, um, but I think the jars keep them in a better condition i- as opposed to the Ziploc bag. And we're not trying to freeze them. Don't freeze them because when you freeze these kind of foods, they come out back kind of mushy when you cook them. So don't freeze them. But they're ready, right? So if you're in a rush, you don't have to worry about this. If you're cooking a stew and you want to put some potato in that stew, you can just grab one or two from here and put it in the stew. And how nice that is. How long did this take us to do? Just a few minutes, right? But it cuts off time of your meal prep time in the week when you're not in the mood to cook, you're not in the mood to be peeling and slicing and dicing and all of these things that makes cooking seem very hard for us busy people, especially you ladies, you're entrepreneurs and so on. The most daunting part of cooking a meal is usually the preparation stage, washing and scraping and cutting and dicing. You don't have time for that. So this is a very simple solution. Very, very simple solution. Prepare them one time, put them in the refrigerator, and forget about it until you're ready to use it. So it doesn't become a burden. It's not something you think when you go to cook, it's easy. One, two, three. Just finding a container with some stuff, dumping them in a pot, and you're out of the kitchen doing something else, right? And you don't return until it's boiled. It's very simple to do it that way, isn't it? Very, very simple. Very simple, very easy way to keep them. And They won't get spoiled in the bottom of the refrigerator. You won't eat so much rice and spaghetti and all of these other processed foods. Maybe the reason why we eat them so much sometimes is because they're already in a state that um, is easy, right? It's easy to pop some spaghetti in a pot than to go peel potatoes and slice them up and all of that. So we're trying to make life easier for each other. So here's it, right? And here are the other ones. If depending on what kind of preparation you want for these potatoes here, they're already here, right? So amazing, 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 amazing stuff, right? We are always trying to find solutions for people to make their lives easier, easier for them to be healthy and stay healthy. So again, this is your girl Evadne. I'm just amazed and excited to be able to bring this to you. And I hope to see some of you in our 4 months plant based lifestyle program that's coming up in September, right? Okie dokie. Thank you. Those of you who pass through and say hello, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. It's a new week, and I hope it will be a blessed week for you. Be productive, be strong, eat well, take care of yourself. All right? Bye bye.